Hello and welcome to your Red Friday episode of the Arrowhead Drive. I'm Pete Sweeney. Let's start your morning with today's outlook on the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's what you need to know for Red Friday, September 9th.
Well, I am. We're coming off a week here where we just practiced, and so you look forward to getting started. And we've got a good opponent to do that against, which it's even better. So it's a great challenge, and then we're playing at their place where it's loud. So you gotta, at the same time when you're jumping out of your shoes, you've got to make sure you calm the storm where you can execute at the best of your ability. So you can get high, just not too high, right? You get too high, and then you start doing things that aren't the right things.
We keep saying it. It's finally Red Friday in Kansas City. The Chiefs head into Sunday's Week 1 opener against the Arizona Cardinals with a healthy lineup. As you just heard from Andy Reid, they're excited to get on the field, and we're excited to see this revamped Chiefs team in action.
Yeah, super excited. The biggest thing, I think, is just getting those guys out there. We've put in the practice now. We put in the work. One more week of kind of game planning, getting ready for the Cardinals, a great football team. But I'm excited to see these guys in game action. And preseason's one thing, but when you get to the regular season, it gets real. So I'm excited to get these guys out there and see what we got.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, perfect in the preseason, going 3 for 3 on touchdown drives in his only appearances. A common theme this week was the excitement around seeing how this new roster puts things together in Glendale, Arizona. The Chiefs' new wide receiver group will look to make a statement in Week 1 against Cliff Kingsbury and a Cardinals team that made the playoffs last year.
I think you should be motivated every year. In this league, everybody starts at 0. Everybody's 0-0. Everybody has a chance to go out there and win the Super Bowl. If you don't have that motivation every single year to get to those, to win the AFC West, to win the AFC, and then to win the Super Bowl, then you're in the wrong profession. And I think we have the guys in here that are excited about it, excited about the chance to go out there and win every single week. But it all starts off this Week 1 against a great football team in the Arizona Cardinals. So we're excited to get out there and kind of show what we've been putting together and show who we are.
Patrick Mahomes has downplayed the doubters that seem to come in hordes this offseason, adding that he's motivated to get to a Super Bowl every single year. That's regardless of this national chirping. For a 26-year-old quarterback who's had the early career success that he has, it's still mind-boggling that he has anything left to prove. But he'll get his first opportunity to silence the doubters this Sunday.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just going to be, I think there's going to be a different player every single game that has the big game. It's not going to be just necessarily Tyreek and Travis every single week where it's like one or the other is having a big game or both. It's going to be every single week, it's going to be someone different. So I'm sorry to all you fantasy football guys, but it's going to come from everywhere, so you're going to have to kind of choose the right guy every week.
Another popular topic of conversation this offseason around the Chiefs offense was confirmed by Mahomes this week when he apologized to fantasy owners around the country for the way he expects to distribute the football this season. There's no single way to fill the hole that was left by the departure of wide receiver Tyreek Hill, but it was apparent early on in training camp that the Chiefs will try to do that with the entire group of weapons they have at their disposal in 2022.
Honestly, I still got it. I think last year was kind of like the troll where, hey, I kind of fell off. Obviously injuries and stuff like that happens. It's the name of the game. It happens. So at the end of the day, I came here for a reason. I came here to win. I came here to win the Super Bowl. I think it was the best fit for me, the coaches, my teammates, the staff, everyone around, and obviously you guys. You guys make me a better person, better player. So that's what I came here to do, win the Super Bowl.
Wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster will be a key component to the Chiefs' revitalized offense this season. It was a bit of a shock last offseason when he decided to return to the Pittsburgh Steelers on a team-friendly deal after it was reported Kansas City had offered him more money. In the long run, Juju still wound up in Kansas City on a team-friendly deal where he'll look to bounce back after a couple quiet years in Pittsburgh as he dealt with injuries. Juju also confirmed this week that he's 100% ahead of Week 1 after dealing with a little bit of a knee issue at the end of training camp in the preseason. The expectations will be high for this wide receiver group of Juju, MVS, Mecole Hardman, Sky Moore, and Justin Watson.
I think it would help the defense tremendously. Carlos is a proven guy in this league. George Karlaftis, you turn on his college tape, he has a motor like no other. And Frank Clark, look at his playoff consecutive playoff record. I mean, it speaks for itself. So having all those guys here healthy, I think it's imperative for our defensive line.
There's a case to be made that the excitement on the Chiefs' defensive side of the ball actually rivals the offensive side, at least this season. The Chiefs saw a big infusion of young defensive talent through this year's NFL draft, and we've already seen it show up all throughout the preseason. None were highlighted more than defensive end George Karlaftis, who showed multiple times why the Chiefs were thrilled to see him still there at pick number 30. Add his young power and juice to the defensive line with veterans Carlos Dunlap and, of course, Chris Jones, and this line looks like it could be a significant problem for opposing offenses this season. The only thing that Karlaftis might need to work on is that sack celebration.
Yeah, he's a TikToker, and you know the dance, and we're working on it, though. It's getting better. It's getting better. Y'all take care.
Even Juju offered to help him find the right celebration.
I mean, George hasn't talked to me yet, but obviously I'm open to that. Hopefully he sees this. Someone show him this. Someone show him this. Like, I'm open to helping out the guys with celebrations, and that's something I'll be doing too. You know, all the touchdown celebrations, and I gotta do them pretty quick because you know we score a lot here, so I gotta keep it up.
As Furious George, yeah, by the way, that's what we're calling George Karlaftis now. As Furious George tries to find the right routine, we think Chiefs fans will settle for him just getting to Kyler Murray on Sunday. We know that's not the easiest thing in the world. Hey, while we're on the topic of the defensive line, the only player to miss practice on Thursday was Frank Clark due to an illness. That was the bad news. The good news is that the Kansas City Star reported mid-afternoon that Frank Clark's legal issues have been resolved, clearing his way to play without suspension for the 2022 season. The regular season, it's finally here in Kansas City, baby. And that's it for the Arrowhead Drive for Red Friday, September 9th. If you enjoy the Arrowhead Drive, please subscribe to the entire Arrowhead Pride Podcast Network. And while you're there, leave us a rating and a review. We'll talk to you on Sunday for the Arrowhead Pride Rapid Reaction Show, immediately following what all of Kansas City hopes to be a Week 1 Chiefs victory. As for me, that's a wrap for now. I'm Pete Sweeney. We'll catch you on maybe Victory Monday for another edition of the Arrowhead Drive.